Mới nhỉ. Can we use the sandbox account or should we? Okay, this is.
No, you have to use.
Bật mic luôn nhỉ mẹ. Alo alo. Alo. Mẹ 1 2 3 4. Đỉnh cao luôn, địt mẹ. Đâu nhỉ? Đi mày hỏi tao biết tên luôn nào được. Edit. Public. Đây rồi, mẹ chính anh Cường. Rất anh Cường. Chết mẹ lô mẹ mật khẩu ấy. Đi con ăn cái đồ em mẹ. Safari.
It's okay. You can do it in your Windows machine. You do the work in Windows machine. I will tell you how to make use of virtual machines later. You can do it in your laptop today.
Mày đang trích thêm tiếng nghe đâu nhỉ? Chào Cương. Mẹ Cương buồn vậy sao?
Đến đúng giờ chứ. 9:01.
Browser source cái điều.
Bách Bùi ơi. Đây em hỏi.
Chứ có mẹ Cương ơi. Lỗi.
Hôm qua em nhận được cái đập bờ em lại cầm lại.
Cái gì ấy Cương?
Mẹ hôm qua chơi game xong quên mẹ cái bia ở đây.
Má lườn địt mẹ. Đúng là bách chỉ có bách tô mẹ.
Ông anh chiến thần vậy luôn. Sau đánh game thì không quên cái comment nào. Để quên mẹ mày làm cái gì?
Đấy bố mày livestream rồi. Để đỉnh cao vậy luôn.
Mình livestream cứ để.
Mong nó sẽ end đồ được.
Mình livestream cứ để.
Livestream cái bài mình làm ấy.
Làm không bài còn lâu.
Không, bài hôm nay bọn nó làm cái server.
Okay guys, I'm going to record the class today
Địt mẹ.
so that you can see the video later also.
Livestream vậy luôn.
Chưa.
No, if you like, you can record it. It's okay. You record it. It's okay, no issue.
Vâng, để tao quyết đi bóng. Tùng ơi, đầu mày đầy gầu, Tùng ạ. Cưng phúi đâu xa hả Tùng? Mày đầu mày đầy gầu, đầu mày có gầu kìa. Tùng đâu xa, hôm qua không tắm.
Cái tóc hôm qua tao vào gội.
Hôm qua tao không gội, nhưng đầu hôm qua tao không tắm, nên đầu tao biết. Công nhận mẹ mùa đông đầu tôi biết hết rồi.
Đây chơi cái tóc. Tóc quá bẩn à?
Tóc mà thế mà cắt mình béo.
Tóc dài khó lắm. Tao đã lấy cái tóc rồi.
Thế là dài. Hôm qua nhá, hôm qua nhá. Tao đang đi lên tầng 2 gặp cái anh Du là giặc tài. Thấy là bọn nó thấy bảo là tại sao mày ở đây? Bố mày quên cái ví rồi không ra không đi ạ. Bí chuyện để đen luôn rồi. Ông nhìn ra bằng ánh mắt. Ở đây tao mới tải cái Windows này Operation.
Mày làm chưa? Mày nhớ mày được chưa?
Tao đã hiểu nhé, cái chụp của ông là chụp mà từ cái đây này, cái này thì mẹ nguyên là trong cái Windows server này mình mới tải cái này đúng không? Thế tao chưa, thế tao đúng.
Không tài chưa?
Tao chỉ tải cái Windows server.
Mình chưa cho vào virtual box á?
Virtual box thì mẹ bởi vì ông bảo là cái cả cái nát nữa cơ mà.
Thì mày có thể chạy ở đấy chứ.
Như này, hai cái server dùng chung một cái NAT gateway, một từ cái NAT gateway nó chuyển internet từ cái máy này chuyển sang một máy hò.
Nhưng mà phải làm trên này chứ.
Cái này người ta tôi cho bác tôi cái này là để
Cầm mẹ.
đây là nguyên tắc Windows server, mày đã tạo nát chưa?
Thì phải tạo được có này thì mới tạo được chứ. Đặt tên đi.
Win 1. Hey. Em đang bú bài. Download đi.
Đâu? Cái qua mày tải đâu?
Nó sang đây tải mà. Đây. Hai cái. Một hai cái nào đắt rồi. 5 ghi cái này mấy ghi? Sao
cái này 6 ghi ra.
Sao tao tải hai cái? Thế tải tao còn mấy ghi rồi đi. Đây à?
Không mua được cái nào đấy. Được mà không đấy.
Cái này
65 GB RAM đi thằng mẹ. Cho mẹ
nó lấy RAM từ máy này luôn á. Cho 3 GB thôi, 4 GB thôi.
Máy tao lag lắm, máy tao dùng cho 6 GB mà lag.
Thế cho 8 GB. Thế 7 thế này cũng được. Thôi thế này cho processor thì
Có cần đâu, processor có cần máy cho 1 bit.
chỉnh như này này.
Đây được rồi. Ở đi. Để cho một cái. Cho tầm
Cái này này. Rồi chỉnh cái này thì nó đỡ ấy.
mà cho 12 giây cứt. Đi vẽ mày có điều kiện. Đâu rồi, mày ở
Ít mẹ tí nó nát giật ảo loi.
nó lag một điên. Đi. Đấy. Chưa đi con mẹ cái đéo đây.
Đang tải. Đang chạy không? Đang run không? Đang run chưa?
Mở ra.
Đang đi ra.
Đi cùng mẹ.
Okay, students, today's class is very important for you because today we are going to cover the second part of your assignment. I will do all the steps that are required for you to complete the second part of your assignment. But remember, at your end, you have to configure your on-premise network with the help of a VirtualBox or any other equivalent software. I will support you. I will show you how to do that. But again, you should do it at your end. I will give you all the setup that you need to configure for your on-premise network at the end of the session. So first of all, if your VirtualBox is not ready, don't worry about it. You can use your Windows laptop to work with this today's class. But only the required thing is you should use your personal AWS account, because we are going to use ACM, which is Amazon Certificate Manager, to complete the today's class. So the today's class is going to be a very interesting one. Okay, the thing that we are going to do today is given in this slide. Right. So the point is, we are going to configure a client machine. We are not going to do anything with the client machine today. What we need to do is we have to get a configuration file from the AWS and we have to use it in our OpenVPN software. The installation file of OpenVPN has been provided to you in the week 8 Canvas page. It is just a 4 megabytes of file. You can download it and you can install it in your machine. So this is so easy. Alright. Then the next one is, we are going to configure a VPC. So I shall draw the diagram here. That will be useful for you. You have to first prepare or create a virtual private cloud in AWS. And inside the virtual private cloud, we are going to configure 2 different subnets. And both the subnets are going to be private subnets for today's class. We will attach internet gateway in the next class. Alright, so first of all, you need to configure 2 subnets. The VPC CIDR is going to be 192.168.0.0/16. Okay, that is provided here. And okay, and another one is, okay, so here you can see there is an internet gateway, but we are not going to connect the internet gateway today. The next one is, we will be having 2 subnets. The first subnet is called as application subnet. And this one is going to get the IP CIDR of 192.168.0.0/24. And the second subnet is going to get the name as target subnet, which is going to get the IP CIDR as 192.168.100.0/24, so that there will not be any overlapping in the CIDR values between the different subnets. Next one is, we should configure a security group for this subnet, and also we should configure a route table. Similarly, for your application subnet, we should configure a separate security group as well as a separate route table. And in the application subnet, I am going to launch a EC2 instance which is not going to access the internet connection. Okay, so this is our remote server or remote machine running on AWS. The next one is we have to use the client VPN connection. You all know the VPN in the sense virtual private cloud, and with the help of the virtual private cloud we are going to connect the target subnet, the security group of the target subnet, and the client VPN is also going to connect your laptop. The only required thing in our laptop is OpenVPN software. OpenVPN software. You should install this software, and again, if you do not have this file, you have to download it from the VK Canvas page and install it in your machine first. And just 4 megabytes of file. Then we will have ACM, that is Amazon Certificate Manager, because according to AWS, you are a third party. Alright, so you have to authenticate your information to AWS first of all. So in the ACM, we are going to import some certificates. Import certificates. Okay. The certificates are going to be provided by a tool called as EasyRSA. What is RSA? What is RSA? Have you heard about this one? RSA is an asymmetric key encryption algorithm. Okay, asymmetric key encryption algorithm. So here what we are going to do today is we are going to first of all create a security key as well as certificate for the server. So we have to create server.key as well as server.certificate, CRT file. So understand the concept. Whenever we are using the EC2 instances, we used to provide PEM file or PPK file. Am I correct? So there we are using the public key as well as the private key concept. The one you are using is called as a private key. The one AWS has a public key. But in the normal, cryptography, the sender used to have the the public key, and the receiver used to have the private key of the particular encryption algorithm. The encryption algorithm we are going to do today is an RSA algorithm. Okay. Then we are going to create 5 files with the help of one Linux machine. The first one is server.key, the second one is server certificate, the next one is client key. Okay, so we can say client1.domain.tld, that is the name provided in the file that I shared with you. This one will be the key file, and in the same way we need a certificate, that is CRT file. We should copy the client1.domain.tld.key as well as .crt file to your OpenVPN to authenticate your machine to AWS. Okay, you need to authenticate first of all. So we are creating two set of keys. One set of keys go to server and the other set of keys go to the client machine. Then only they can communicate. Do you understand the concept? Okay, we use the same scenario in our EC2 instances also. You are using PEM file or PPK file. Alright, the same scenario happens. The AWS uses private key, you are using public key. Or you are using the private key, AWS uses the public key to authenticate your communication. Alright, we have to do this manually today, because we are not going to do any major things in our client machine. Almost all the things are going to happen in the AWS side. So to authenticate the public key as well as the private key, we need to configure a certificate authority that we call it as CA. Okay, CA. So normally when we are enabling a asymmetric key encryption between a sender as well as a receiver, there should be a controlling party. The controlling party have to authenticate the public keys as well as private keys. The third party is called as certificate authority, that we call it as CA. In the real world, we are using some of the certificate authorities. If you go to google.com and type VeriSign, VeriSign is one of a certificate authority used to provide the digital certificates or digital signatures. Okay, VeriSign. Then Komodo. These are the very familiar certificate authorities. They have some policies to provide the certificate. So let's say, for example, if you are the owner of a business and you want to configure public keys as well as private keys for your communication, means first of all you have to register your keys with these websites, either to verisign.com or komodo.com. After verifying all your private keys as well as public keys, these certificate authorities will approve your keys. So you can use the key. Okay, you can use the keys to enable the communication, enable a secure communication between your transmitter as well as the receiver. So this is happening in all the websites, almost all the websites. So let's say, for example, if I go to the google.com, just see here, if I go to my google.com website, okay, you can see near to the padlock symbol, I can see the connection is secure message. Then if I go to this connection secure, then the google.com says my certificate is valid. So which one is the certificate? Did we get any certificate? Did we get any certificate? No, your website itself go to the certificate authority and get the certificate from the certificate authority. This is happening automatically. So now again, if I click this certificate, here you can see public key. Can you see a public key? So you are the sender or the transmitter and the Google is the receiver. So you are using public key as well as certificate. Do you understand the concept? You need the two different values. The first one is the key, that is your public key, and the other one is the certificate. We have to create it first to authenticate yourself to AWS, and at the same time the Google, or in this case our AWS, is also going to get two keys, two things. One is the server key and the second one is server certificate. Server certificate as well as server key are there in the AWS side. The client key as well as client certificate are with the client side. When we need to authenticate, client used to share the key file as well as the certificate of the client. Server used to verify the key as well as the certificate of the client, and if these two files are valid, then it will authenticate your transaction or authenticate your communication. So there is a controlling party here who is controlling the secure communication, that we call it as certificate authority. So we are going to configure a certificate authority, and we are going to configure the necessary files of a server and the necessary files of a client. So how many files do we need today? 5 files. Alright, 5 different files are necessary. we can create it easily with the help of a tool called as Easy RSA. So if you go to google.com and type RSA algorithm, it is a very famous asymmetric key encryption algorithm which is used by the different certificate authorities today. So we are going to get the certificate from the particular tool. So to get the certificate from the tool, first of all, we need a Linux virtual machine. We are going to get a Linux machine from AWS. Alright, and then we have to configure the Easy RSA software in the EC2 instance. Then afterwards, we will get the certificates for our server, certificates for our client side, as well as certificate for the authority, CA. Do you understand the concept? Okay, 5 components. Believe me, these concepts are going to be easy. But only the thing is, we are covering a portion of cyber security concepts today. The point or the keys that we need today are important to authenticate your laptop, because your laptop is a third-party machine. It has no authentication mechanism other than the keys to authenticate your device with the AWS VPC. So AWS is a secure one. First of all, you have to authenticate your information with VPC. Then only from your laptop you can reach the VPC. So this will be a hybrid cloud. Can you understand the concept? You are using secure information, secure data in your laptop, and you can reach the traffic of AWS without the help of internet. Believe me, this one is going to happen without the help of internet. Alright, whatever the things you are doing in the initial stage will come from the internet traffic. After you authenticate to AWS, the AWS is going to manage the traffic between your device and the VPC. So this one will enable the concept of a hybrid cloud, which is a very important concept. As a cloud engineer, you must know how to configure a hybrid cloud. Okay, so in the first semester as well as the first year, we have learned only the basic tools, and believe me, there will be plenty of people in the world, in the country, know about the basic tool. If you learn these advanced tools, believe me and mark my words, you can apply a job in fortune companies, top level companies. There are plenty of opportunities for those who have an idea about these concepts. Hybrid cloud configuration. VMware needs the people, those who know these concepts. Okay, Cisco needs these people. The reason is they are now trying to push everything to the cloud. So if you just learn the very basic tools, you will be one among the million number of people trying to get a job in the cloud industry. But if you learn the transit gateway, VPC peering, VPN connections, okay, you can stand out of the crowd. And listen, these concepts are interesting concepts, as well as the people, those who have the idea in these topics are very, very less. Very, very less. Nobody will teach these concepts. Nobody will teach. And I am spending every day more than 4 or 5 hours to learn these ideas. Every day. Okay. So now let us get into the class. Please understand the class well. Okay. Steps are very easy as well as simple. But only the thing is, your cooperation is required. Alright. First of all, I request everyone to log into your personal AWS account. Do not use the Sandbox account or Cloud Learner Lab account. If you do so, you will not get the results.
I tried to email them, no luck.
Thằng này
They replied just
phân tây.
referring me my.
Okay, so from UK, can anybody support me?
I can ask.
Alright, request them to create an account for you, share, get the credentials and login in your cloud account. Alright, so today you must use the personal AWS account to see all the things today. Alright, so first of all, let me now get back to my AWS account, and believe me, if in your resume, if you say you have the knowledge of hybrid cloud configuration, alright, and in the upcoming days, probably in the next semester, I will teach you how to configure your own cloud. Alright, so if you say these points in your resume, you will get the job easily, believe me. Okay, everyone knows about S3 buckets, easy to missions, everyone knows. Okay, and a very few people, even less than 2% of the AWS people know about transit gateways, client-side VPN, tunneling concepts. Nobody knows. Everyone knows about EC2, S3, and all the load balancers. Yeah, even a small kid also today know about all these things. Believe me, these are the interesting concepts everyone has to learn. All right. Okay. So let's jump to the class now. Okay. So now let me first go to my personal AWS account, AWS Management Console.
Tí hỏi mấy bọn kia biết nào.
Đang live đấy.
Live đâu?
Đang live stream.
Record á? Record nằm đây gì?
Tôi biết.
Sao mày cắt ra?
Đúng đi công nghệ.
Alright, so right now I am in the dashboard of my VPC. Sorry, my AWS. Okay, don't worry about these bills. I'm the one going to pay, so don't see this one. Alright, now the very first one that I am going to do is to get the Linux machine, okay, an ordinary Linux machine, and with the help of this Linux machine, I am going to create the certificates for my client as well as for my server. Shall we do it?
Yeah.
Alright. So first of all, you don't need to worry about VPC and all other things. Right away, you can go to EC2. Okay. Go to your EC2 dashboard. Then click Launch Instance. Launch Instance. So in this page, I would like to provide a few important information about my certificate server. So let me provide the name of this machine as certificate server. Certificate server. Because this machine is going to provide the necessary certificates for my certificate authority, server as well as client. Is it clear? Alright, so certificate server. Then as usual we shall proceed with AWS Linux, but I do not want to select the very latest one. I want the AWS Linux 2, the usual machine, the very usual machine. Clear? Okay, and then you can scroll down. No need to worry about the instance type, just create a new key pair. Let me create the key pair as certificate server. Certificate server. I would like to create a new key file, and believe me, we are not going to use this key file. Alright, we are not going to use. So if you have the existing key file, you can use it. Alright, but I don't have any keys, so I am creating a new one. I am creating a PPK file, and believe me, I am sure I am not going to use this file to authenticate to this machine. Alright, just I am creating a new one. Then the next one is, you no need to worry about VPC now. Alright, no need to worry about VPC, because we are not going to bother about VPC for the certificate server. We need a security group, and the security group should have SSH, only SSH. But if you want to add HTTP as well as HTTPS, you can select those protocols also. But believe me, these protocols are unnecessary, but I can add. So you can add these three protocols: SSH, HTTP as well as HTTPS. No need to make any other changes for this EC2 instance, just click launch instance. So we have provided a name, we configured a security group with SSH, HTTP as well as HTTPS, and now our EC2 instance is ready. We can go to the dashboard and we should wait for a few seconds to this machine to come to the running state. Do it along with me. Do it along with me. Just don't listen the class. Do it along with me. Even if you are using the Ubuntu machine, do the steps. You cannot do the last step. That's it. All right. But that step is very easy. Super easy. All right. So you follow the steps carefully. Do it along with me. Okay. So now our machine is ready. Shall we connect the machine? Alright, so I should select this machine and then click connect. Alright, and then afterwards click connect button. Now we are connecting the machine with the help of Cloud Shell. Okay, with the help of a Cloud Shell. Alright, so may I know the very first command that I should provide to this one? Sudo su. Alright, the next command is, listen carefully, now we have successfully logged in as a super user. The very next command that we should provide to this AWS instance is, we are going to create some of the certificates. And where are we going to store these certificates? Okay, look at the diagram. Where are we going to save the certificates? Listen the diagram and tell me, who is going to authenticate your communication? Third party, but the third party is going to be certificate manager, ACM, Amazon certificate manager. We should import all the files to the certificate manager of ACM. Alright, so we need to configure the AWS command line interface in this Cloud Shell. Command line interface, CLI. Alright. So may I know which command we normally use to configure a command line interface? We studied this in the previous semester. To configure a command line interface, to connect the Terraform with your AWS, we used the command, very famous command. AWS configure. Do you remember? AWS configure. This is the command we use to configure your command line interface of your AWS. So first you provide the command AWS configure. Alright, and now what do you need to provide? You have to provide your access key ID. Do you have access key ID? You don't have now. Am I right? Many of you do not have the access key ID. So what I recommend you to do is go back to your EC2 dashboard. Go to your EC2 dashboard. Follow the steps carefully. The step is very important. If you skip this step, you cannot import the certificates. You can create the certificates, but you cannot import them. So go to the dashboard of EC2. I believe that all of you are using your personal account. Am I right?
Right.
Alright. Now you have to click your username that is provided on the right extreme side of the screen. Okay. And at the end of the username you have security credentials. Okay. Select the option. Security credentials. Okay, don't worry about my screen. I have a security credential access key ID, but I am going to delete it because I would like to show you how to do it for you. So I am going to create a new one. Wait a second. Alright, so I believe that all of you are having the same information on your screen. Access key is 0, am I right? If you have any access keys, please delete it. First deactivate it and delete it. If you do not have any access keys, you are going to create access keys to access your account. Do you understand the concept?
Yeah.
Alright, so right now I would like to create access key to access my account from the Cloud Shell. Okay, from the Cloud Shell, because Cloud Shell is it is a service of AWS, but you have to configure your credentials with the command line interface of Cloud Shell, then only you can import your certificates. So first of all, I would like to create access key. And AWS says creating an access key for a root user is dangerous. Okay, it is okay. We understand the risk, so you can provide your consent and then click create access key. Now within a second you will see an access key created for you. What you need to do is you have to download the CSV file. So the end of the page you can see download.csv file. You have to download this one. So in the downloads, now you can see a particular file has been downloaded with an extension .csv. Am I right? Okay. You are going to use the information provided on the CSV file to authenticate your credentials. So please open the CSV file. If you open the CSV file, you will see the file is open with the help of your Excel spreadsheet application. You can open up this particular file. There you will have two different information. The first one is access key ID. Do you have access key ID? Okay. Copy the access key ID. Just copy the access key ID and go back to your dashboard. Go back to your EC2 dashboard and paste the access key ID that you copied from the CSV file. Which one is the next step? The secret access key. The secret access key is also provided for you in the particular file. So copy the secret access key completely and paste it in the dashboard of EC2 or the shell of EC2. Paste it and hit your enter key. Now the machine is asking your default region name. Now to provide the input of your default region name, you have to click your region, and next to the region you will see the corresponding code word that denotes the region name. So for me, I am using North Virginia, and the code to represent the North Virginia data center is US East 1, and for you the value will be different. Okay, do not provide the same information that I am providing on your machine. If you do so, you will end up in a wrong results. Alright, so get to know the code word of your data center, your availability zone, and then you provide the same input, the correct input to your default region name. My default region name is US East 1. US East 1. So you can get the code from your data center or from your region. After this, you have to hit your enter key. The last input that you need to provide here is the default output format. The default output format is going to be JSON. So you can see here, you can see I have provided access key ID from the CSV file. I have provided my secret key access key ID from the CSV file. I got to know my default region name from my region name. You need to copy the code of the region and you should paste here, and the last one is default output format is always JSON. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, please don't commit a mistake in these 4 inputs. These are very important for you. Now I should hit the enter key. Okay, now I have authenticated to AWS from my cloud shell by using the secret access key as well as access key. Are these steps clear to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, now we are going to create the keys for our client as well as server. So for this I am going to use a tool called as Easy RSA. But the Easy RSA tool is available from GitHub. So we are going to clone the Git repository from github.com. So may I know which command do we need to use to clone the Git repository?
Git clone.
Git clone. So for this we need the Git, am I right?
Yep.
But do we have Git in our machine?
Nope.
If I use the command, can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. If I simply provide the command git -- version, I get an error message. What does it mean?
Not have
It means I do not have Git in my machine. I have to install it. Okay. So could you please tell me the command to install a Git?
Sudo yum install git.
Sudo is okay because I am in the root user account. So sudo is unnecessary. We shall start yum. Yum is the repository. Yum install git followed by -y. Am I correct? Okay. Hit your enter key. Now you will see Git is getting downloaded automatically from the repository of Linux, and you can see now the installation is complete. Okay, if you need, I can write the command also. Yum is the repository of AWS Linux. Yum install git and -y. -y is the confirmation message of yes. Am I right?
Yes.
Alright, now you can provide the input git -- version. Now you will see a git version number on your screen. So git has been successfully installed in your EC2 instance now. The next command is git clone. So for this I can go to the command git clone. Let's say if you want to get the commands directly from a notepad file, I have provided everything in your canvas page. So please go to the canvas page and go to modules of cloud virtualization and communications. Then scroll down. We have some files in the week 8 canvas page. There is a text file provided in the last page, in the last line of week 8. That is lecture 8, important commands to configure PKI. What is PKI? Public key infrastructure. Okay, public key infrastructure, and import the certificates and the keys to ACM. You can open this text file, download the text file, so that you will not get any error in the commands. Open the text file. Now the text files are here. Alright. So here you can see git clone followed by the repository of Easy RSA. Alright. Please copy the command and paste in the shell of your EC2 instance. Copy this. Just copy. The command contains the link to download the Easy RSA tool. Copy this one and paste this in your EC2 instance. Hit the enter key. Now you will see a file has been getting cloned from the Git repository. Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right? Are you all doing?
Yes.
Okay. Now we have successfully cloned the file from Easy RSA GitHub repository. If you want to verify this, you can provide ls command. ls. So now there is a folder called as Easy RSA in your machine. Am I correct? Easy RSA. Now I would like to move into this folder, so you can use CD then Easy RSA. Okay, CD stands for change directory. Okay, CD then Easy RSA. Again I can provide ls command. There in the CD, in the Easy RSA folder, I have another one folder called as Easy RSA 3. Am I right?
Right.
Okay, we are going to create 3 set of keys. One for certificate authority, one for server, and one for client. 3 set of keys. So we are moving to Easy RSA 3 folder. So use the command CD, then Easy RSA 3. CD Easy RSA 3. Then hit the enter key. Now again provide the ls command. There you can see another one file provided in the green color, which means that this is a shell script. The shell script. So from here onwards, we are going to use a shell script to configure your CA, configure your servers, configure your client keys. So the command is going to start with Easy RSA. Is it clear?
Yeah.
This one is the shell script. So I am going to use the command dot slash. You know, dot slash is the method of executing a shell script. Am I right? Dot slash. What next?
Easy.
Easy RSA. Okay, Easy RSA. Then the next one, we have to provide an input to this Easy RSA script. The input is going to be initialized, that is init is a keyword for this application. Init, we are going to initialize public key infrastructure. So we can say init -pki. If you have any doubt in this command, you can see the commands are provided in the notepad file. Commands are provided in the notepad file, but don't go fast. Wait for my instruction. Okay, don't go fast. Provide the commands carefully. Understand the commands and then you use the commands. Alright, so first of all, I have provided the command. You can see here. Dot slash Easy RSA is the script. Alright, so we are using dot slash Easy RSA followed by initialize -public key infrastructure. Can you understand the meaning of this command? Okay, so you can hit your enter key now. Now you can see PKI directory has been created and that is now located inside the Easy RSA 3 folder. Is it clear? Now a new folder has been created in the name of PKI. So now what we are going to do is, first of all, we have to create a certificate authority, a certificate for certificate authority. So dot slash Easy RSA, am I right? Easy RSA followed by build. Build is a keyword. Which one do we need to build? We need to build a certificate authority, and to access the certificate authority, no password is required. So dot slash Easy RSA followed by build -ca followed by no pass. No password is required to access your certificate authority, and hit your enter key. Now the machine is asking you to provide one additional information, that is a keyword that is necessary to access your certificate authority. So let us provide the input within the double quotes. So you can say demo -ca. Okay, you can provide the same input, but believe me, we are not going to use this input anywhere. This is only used to identify the CA, but we are not going to use this input anywhere. Just provide the input, and you should provide the input within the double quotation. Okay, within the double quotation. Is it clear? Okay, and then you should hit your enter key. Hit the enter key. Now you can see a certificate authority has been created and the file is now located inside the PKI folder. Am I correct? Okay. So now the first task has been successfully completed. The next task is we are going to create the set of key files as well as certificates for the server. So /easy RSA, we need to build server keys. So you can say build -server -full. I need the complete information about the server. So build -server -full followed by the name of the file, which is going to be server, then followed by no pass. Can you understand the meaning of this one? No pass means no password to access the server files. Can you understand the command?
Yes.
Okay, hit your enter key. Now you are requesting a file that is valid for 825 days. Okay, that is the maximum validity of a certificate, 825 days. So if you want to confirm your input, you have to type yes. Just type yes, no quotation, nothing. In small letters you have to use this, you have to provide the input yes. Can you understand the command? Okay, now we have created the files for the server. What is the next one?
Client.
We have to create the certificates for the
Client.
Okay, so again use the command /easy RSA followed by the same command, but instead of server we are going to use the keyword client. So understand the command build client full, and the client name should have the domain name. That is the rule. Client name should have a domain name. So let us provide the name as client1.domain.tld. Okay, provide this input tld, or otherwise you can say client1.domain.com. It is okay. Okay, client1.domain.tld followed by no password. Okay, so no pass is a keyword to represent no password. Clear? Hit the enter key. Now your certificate, client certificate, is also going to be valid for 825 days. To confirm this, provide the input yes. Now we have successfully created the server certificates, client certificates, as well as certificate authority. Now we are going to create a new folder called the certificates. You can create the folder in any name, but I am going to create the folder name as certificates, and I am going to push all the newly created certificates as well as keys to this folder. So which command can I use to create a new folder? mkdir. So I can type mkdir followed by a space, then you can use the tide symbol, followed by slash, then provide the input certificates and hit the enter key. Now you have successfully created a folder in the name of certificates, and I would like to push all the created certificates, the keys, to this certificates folder. Is it clear? Okay. So which command can I use to copy a file from one directory to another? cp. Okay, so first you can use cp followed by pki is the folder that is created by Easy RSA tool. Am I right? pki / I would like to copy the certificate of certificate authority, that is ca.crt. Again, CA stands for certificate authority, CRT stands for the certificate, the extension of the certificate. So ca.crt to the folder name So you can use tide followed by slash certificates. Please see the command and use the command carefully. PKI is the folder name created by Easy RSA tool, and ca.crt is the very first file that we created. Am I right? Very first file that we created. Then the next one is we have to copy the certificate files of server as well as client. So you have to copy the certificate files. The certificate files are located in another one folder called as issued certificates. So PKI /issued /server.crt. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Followed by the tide symbol /certificates and hit the enter key. Clear? We have to copy the client key also. What is the name of the client certificate?
Xem em
Yeah,
kia
very
nào.
good. client1.domain.tld. Am I right? tld.crt. Okay, client1 dot, please see the screen and provide the input carefully. client1.domain.tld.crt, and then you have to leave a space and then the tide symbol /certificates. Now hit the enter key. You have successfully copied the server certificate as well as client certificates. We need to download the key files also. To copy the key files, you have to go to CP followed by PKI followed by the key files are usually located in a folder called as private. Okay, private. So CP followed by a space followed by PKI followed by private /server.key followed by one single space followed by tide symbol /certificates and hit the enter key. The very last command that we are going to use to copy the files is cp followed by pki followed by /private followed by the name of the client key. What is that? client1.domain.tld.key followed by a single space then /certificates. Am I right? Hit the enter key. You have now successfully copied all the necessary credentials to a folder called certificates. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, we have successfully configured all the necessary certificates as well as keys into the folder called certificates. Now let us jump to the folder. So which command shall I use to move to the particular folder? CD followed by a tide symbol followed by / then certificates. The name of the folder that you created now, certificates, and hit the enter key. After this you can provide the ls command. You can see all the necessary files, 5 files. Am I right?
Right.
I told you about 5 files. All the 5 files are now located in the folder of certificates. Am I right? How many files are there? 5 files are there. Am I right? Alright. So now with the help of the ca.crt, that is certificate authority, is the one going to authorize all your certificates. So with the help of the ca.crt, I would like to push the other 4 files into the repository of my ACM. What is ACM? Amazon Certificate Manager. So to use Amazon Certificate Manager, you have to configure your access keys. We have already done.
Right.
Okay, we have already completed this one. So right away or straight away, we can use the command AWS followed by ACM. What is ACM? Amazon Certificate Manager. Alright. Followed by the command import -certificate Okay, import certificate, then followed by double hyphen. Okay, certificate. The first one is the keyword certificate, followed by file browse. Okay, file browse, that is FILB, file browse colon // the file name of the server certificate is server.crt. Okay, the certificate of a server is server.crt, followed by negative, leave one space, then negative private hyphen key file. Private key is file browse colon // server.key. Am I right? Server.key, and the certificate chain is going to be from, so you can say certificate hyphen chain. It should be from file browse colon ca.crt, followed by one space, then hyphen. The region should be US East 1. It is only for me, not for you. Okay, please provide the correct region name. Can you understand the command? Okay, and hit your enter key. Now you have to get a confirmation message on your screen like this. Certificate ARN. What is ARN? Amazon resource number. Certificate ARN is this one. If you get any error, please let me know. If you get any error at this time, please let me know. You cannot move forward.
Yeah, I have error.
As expected.
Mẹ.
Chết mẹ ông này, tao không luộc rau.
What is TRD stand for?
TLD.
Copy lại nào?
Không copy, một fail chứ là
Right?
Nó
Okay,
không
so
được.
here just I provided the TLD.
Hả?
Dạ phải nó copy mẹ, đi cộng mẹ nó copy trong đốt.
Không copy từ gần đấy.
Nó copy vẫn sai. Cái chấm. It should be.
Everything looks correct. Have you configured secret access key correctly?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Sure.
Mày vào thư mục chưa?
Rồi. Yeah, fine.
Can you see AWS configure message?
In here.
Okay, that's okay. Wait a minute. AWS configure. Go there. Configure your AWS account once again. Go to the EC2 dash. AWS configure. Configure. Enter. Okay, copy and paste the access key ID. There is the Excel file.
Copy ở đấy đâu mà.
No. Copy the CSV file. Wait. Do that. Okay, paste it there. Okay. Secret key access file. Then what is this? US East 1. JSON. Enter. Okay, so now we have successfully created the Amazon resource file of the first set of certificates. Alright, let us provide the second set of commands. Alright, okay, continue the steps. The same command can be used, but only the difference is in the place of server we have to provide the name of the client certificate. Okay, right? That's the only difference. So you have to say client1.domain.tld.crt. Then the private key of the client is client1.domain.tld. Okay, there is no other change. The ca.crt will be same. Alright, don't make the changes in the ca.crt. That is the controlling authority, a common between server and client. You have to make only 2 changes in the second command. Just remove the word server from the previous command and provide the input as client1 dot. Do you want to see the command? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. You can see here. See, in the place of server, we should provide the name. That's it. Don't change the extension. That's it. And the private key file also client1.domain.tld.key. Please don't commit a mistake. 2 changes. 2 changes. Okay. And in the place of server, you are going to provide, in the place of server.crt, you are going to provide client1.domain.tld.crt. And in the place of server.key, you have to say client1.domain.tld.key. Okay, Udukam.
Yeah.
Error?
I don't know.
No error?
Yeah.
Okay, now you should hit the enter key. You have to get another one ARN number. Am I right?
Right.
Did you get the number? That's it. Alright. Don't close this window because we will use this information in the later session of the class. So don't close this window. Alright. Now what we are going to do is we are going to configure the virtual private cloud. Alright. There the important class begins. So now let us go to the VPC, the dashboard of VPC. Go to the dashboard of VPC. Alright, I am going to configure a VPC for my private cloud. Okay, for my cloud. So here I would like to say create VPC, and let's say the VPC name is my VPC, and the IPv4 CADR value is this one. Please see the diagram. 192.168.0.0. Alright, so let us provide the number here 192.168.0.0/16. Am I right? Provide the value. Do not say 10.0. Don't say 10.0 series. It is 192.168.0.0 because 10 series will be provided to the client. Alright, so no overlapping between the client side CIDR and the PPC CIDR.
What is the CIDR block?
192.168.0.0/16.
ví dụ
Yeah, you can see the diagram here.
cho phải
You
như
see
là
the diagram, this one.
Đấy vào.
ví dụ.
Yes.
But my Windows servers is running on 192.168.
What is your Windows server? Your virtual machine?
Yeah.
Don't worry, your virtual machine IP address will be dynamically changed later. Don't worry about the future. Worry about the present. 192.168.0.0/16. Am I correct? Alright, now you have to create the VPC.
Nhưng mà tao tưởng mày không có video.
Alright, the next one is we are going to configure subnets. How many subnets do we need today? How many subnets do we need? 2 subnets. So create subnet. First you have to select the VPC. Alright, and listen, normally
Cái server cũng tải.
we will consider this one as the first subnet. No, application subnet is the very first one. Application subnet, and the next one is the target subnet. So our aim is to reach application subnet from the target subnet. So let's say the name of the subnet is application subnet. Can you understand the meaning? Application subnet. Within the application subnet, we are going to launch one EC2 instance. Application subnet, you can select one availability zone for this subnet, then provide the IPv4 CIDR of this subnet is 192.168.0.0/24 192.168.0.0/24, and we need another one another one subnet. The second subnet name is target subnet. Target subnet, and you can select another one availability zone for this target subnet, and the IPv4 subnet CIDR is going to be 192.168.100.0/24. So there will not be any overlap between the subnets. Clear? Okay. You can. The first subnet is 192.168.0.0/24. The second one is 192.168.100.0/24. Can I go to the next step?
Yes.
Okay.
Ôi, 4 view rồi đi.
We have now successfully created 2 subnets. The next one is route tables. So go to route tables. We are going to create 2 route tables. One route table for application subnet. So let me provide the name as application subnet route table, and select the corresponding virtual private cloud, and click create route table. We need one more route table. Target subnet route table. Please don't commit a mistake. If you do not understand the meaning of these things, please ask me. Route tables are created. We created 2 route tables. What is going to be the next one? What will we do normally?
Attach the root
Route
table.
tables are created. Now what is the next step? Subnet association. Am I right? So go to route tables, select your application subnet route table, and go to subnet associations, edit subnet associations, select your application subnet and click save associations. Okay, similarly select your target subnet route table, go to subnet associations, edit subnet associations and select target subnet and then save associations. Alright?
Yes.
We have done. The next one is we need two security groups. The one security group is for your target subnet and the other security group is for your application subnet. Alright. So we have to decide what are the protocols need to be there in these security groups. And believe me, for the target subnet security group, we are not going to provide any inbound rules. We are going to provide only outbound rules. Okay, please understand here. First, we are going to create target security group. Target security group for the first subnet. I mean, for the target subnet. So, for this, we are not going to provide any inbound rule. So, no inbound rule. We will have only outbound rule for the target subnet. Sorry, target security group. We will create another one, application security group. And in the application security group, we will allow SSH, ICMP v4, all TCP and all UDP, okay, right? And then all traffic. And the source should be the security group of target subnet. Can you understand the meaning of this? First one is we need to configure two security groups. The first security group goes to your target subnet. No rule needs to be there in the target security group. But we will create another one security group that we call it as application security group, and inside the application security group we are going to provide SSH, ICMP v4, all TCP, all UDP, all traffic. And the traffics are permitted from target security group. Clear? So this one is like creating an ordinary security group, ordinary security groups for your VPC, reference to security groups. So we are going to configure the security groups now. Let us go to security groups. Okay, you can open this in a new tab. Open this in the new tab. So let me first going to create the security group. The security group name is going to be target security group. Okay, and in the description I would like to say no inbound rules. No inbound rules. That's it. Target security group. No inbound rules are necessary for this security group. In the VPC, select your VPC. So as I mentioned before, no need to specify any inbound rule. It is just like a jump server going to pass the traffic from the target subnet to application subnet. So no inbound rules should be provided in the security group. Only we have to specify the outbound rule. You don't need to worry about outbound rule also, because normally outbound rules allow all traffic. So don't make any changes in the security group, just create it. Can you understand the meaning?
Yeah.
Right, just create the security group. So now we have successfully created one security group, but we need to configure another one security groups also. So you can use the same buttons to create the second security group, which is going to be your application security group. Application security group, and here you can say allow the traffic from target security group. Target security group. So here in this security group, we are going to allow the traffic. So please select the correct VPC first of all, then we are going to add the traffic rules. So first one is we need SSH and then we need all TCP, then we need all UDP, then we need all ICMP, V4, then all traffic. All traffic is more than enough, but to be in a safer side, we are providing all these rules to this security group. And the source of these traffics are your target security group. Please verify the ID of these security groups. It should be same.
Mình vừa tạo ấy.
Clear? The ID number of these security groups should be same, so that we can confirm that you have selected the right security group for these protocols. Did you? Okay, now click create security group.
Maybe.
All right. Now we have successfully configured the necessary security groups. Now what we are going to do is we are going to launch one EC2 instance within the application subnet. Clear? All right. So please get back to your EC2 dashboard. Go to your EC2 dashboard, and you can see in the launch instance page, you can see one server is already running. What is that? Certificate server is already running. We are going to create another one server here. So you can say application server. Application server. And within this or inside this application server, we are going to install Linux 2 AMI. Linux 2 AMI. Please do not select the latest version of your operating system. We need AWS Linux 2. And you can use the existing key file, or you can create a new key file also. Okay, so I am going to create a new key file, and believe me, you can use the existing key file also. And we are not going to use this key file. So just we are creating, and we are not going to use it. That's it. Just we are going to create the key file. Okay, I created the key file. The next one is I have to launch this EC2 instance within the VPC. Am I right? Okay, so you have to click the network settings and then edit the network settings. Select the correct VPC. Alright, and inside the VPC, we all know that there are two subnets. One is application and another one is target. Where are we going to launch our EC2 instance? Application subnet. So carefully select application subnet. Auto assign public IP should be disabled because there is no internet gateway. So there is no way of getting public IP address for this EC2 instance. So you can disable the auto assign public IP option. Go to select existing security group. May I know which security group has been dedicatedly created for this EC2 instance?
App.
Alright. Application security group. Am I right? Don't commit a mistake. Application security group. Any doubt? No. Alright. No need to make any changes in this page. Click launch instance. Click launch instance. Okay, so now again go to the dashboard of your EC2 instances and see now a new mission is ready to run. But this mission is going to get only the private IP address. Leave it. Alright, now the next one is we should go to the VPC console once again and scroll down. Under the virtual private network menu located in the VPC, you can see the last option is client VPN endpoints. Am I right? Yeah. Okay, select this client VPN endpoints. Okay, so as of now we do not have any client VPN endpoints. We are going to create new client VPN endpoint. So click create client VPN. The name tag is purely optional. So let me say on premise to AWS VPC. But the name tag is optional. You can provide any name here. Okay, and the next one is description. It is purely optional. Okay, I can say a connection, a secure connection between my laptop to AWS VPC. Okay, again I say the description is your choice, you can provide anything over there. The name is your choice, you can provide anything over there. Now the next one is client IP CIDR, very important concept. Client IP before CIDR. And there is a rule to provide the client IP CIDR block is your CIDR subnet value should be between /12 to /22. That is the rule. Okay, /12 to /16, sorry, /22. Okay, /12 to /22. So here we are going to provide the client CIDR as 10.10.0.0/16. So 16 lies between 12 and 22. So 10.10.0.0/16. Please see the value and provide the correct value into this input. Don't commit a mistake. 10.10.0.0. So your client machine is going to get a dynamic IP address after the work in the format of 10.10. something. Okay, /16. So any number will come after the 10.10. IP addresses. Clear? Yeah. So now the next one is authentication information. Here we are going to provide the server certificate. So you can use the down arrow key. Now you will see two certificates. Am I right? One is server and another one is client. Select the server certificate. Select the server certificate. In the name itself you can understand. You can see server. And then next one is client1.domain.tld. So you have to select server certificate. Select the server certificate. Can you see two certificates there?
Yeah.
Okay. Then the next one is authentication option is going to be mutual authentication. Mutual authentication. And here we have to provide the client certificate also. So select the down arrow key and select the client certificate. The very first one is the server certificate. So from the name itself you can understand server certificate ARN. So there you are going to select the server certificate, and in the client certificate you are going to select the client certificate. No need to make any other changes. Scroll down. No need to make any other changes. Please scroll down. VPC ID. Please select the VPC ID. Please select your VPC. Alright. And security groups. Okay, listen the diagram once again. We have two security groups. Okay, one is target security group and the other one is application security group. Which security group should be given to this client VPN? Target, because target is the one directly connected with your client VPN. So select the target VPN, target security group. Do not select anything other than this. Target security group. Select it. Don't make any other changes. Click create client VPN. Alright, this will take more than 5 minutes. But before that, we have to configure some other additional information. So you have to first click this VPN endpoint. Click this VPN endpoint. and in the bottom of the screen you will be getting some information. Am I right?
Yes.
Alright. The first one is details. We are not going to change anything in the detailed section. Next one is target network association. Select this target network association. Target network association. And then there you can see one option provided here as associate target network. Associate target network. Which is our target network? Our target network is our VPC. Okay, so my VPC. And which subnet need to be associated? Target subnet. Okay, select target subnet and then click associate subnet. Alright, now once again select the VPC endpoint. Okay, select security group and you can see one security group is already attached. So don't disturb it. Just verify if a security group is there or not. If it is there, don't disturb it. Go to authorization rules. Go to authorization rules. So now we have to authorize the inbound traffic from the client machine. So here you have to say add authorization rule. Add authorization rule. The destination network. The destination network for this client VPN is this one. Our VPC is the destination. Am I right? Don't confuse it. Your destination is your VPC. So the VPC IPv4 CIDR should be provided here. It should be 192.168.0.0/16. Is it clear? Okay. No more changes. Click add authorization rule. Everything is done. Alright, everything is done. The next one is you select this client VPN endpoint, and in the screen there you have an option to download client configuration. Am I right? Download client configuration. Is it there? Okay. Click this one. Download client configuration. And before I download the client configuration, let me go to my downloads. Do I have any client configuration? No, I don't have it. Okay, no issues. So click this download client configuration. Now one OVPN file will be downloaded and it goes to your downloads folder. Am I right? Okay. You can go to downloads now and open the particular folder. Now you have the file in your downloads folder. Am I right? Okay. Open this file by using Notepad or Notepad++. Edit this file by using either Notepad or Notepad++. Alright, so here we are going to modify the fourth line. I don't know why we need to modify the fourth line, but AWS document says you have to modify the file. You have to append one 6-digit or 5-digit characters before the endpoint. So look at here, my endpoint ID is CVPN. Okay, I hope everyone is having this one in the fourth line. What you need to do is you have to append xxxxx dot. Okay, xxxxx dot. That's it. Control S. Save this one. Control S. Okay, now we have to add two another statement. That's it. The work will be over. But before that, I would like to close or minimize this Notepad application. Okay, I don't want to disturb it. I will make a few changes in this code. Anyway, before that, I would like to just save this one and minimize this file. Now, to authenticate to your AWS, we need the certificates from AWS. Am I right?
Yes.
Where are we having the certificates?
ACM.
Certificates are there in your EC2 instance, in your ACM also, but it is there in your EC2 instance. Okay, so please go to the EC2 instance, that is your certificate server. Go to the dashboard of your certificate server. Your certificates are there in the folder certificates. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, that's why I told you not to close this window. Okay, you are in the certificates folder. Now what should you do is, you have to use the cat command. What is the use of cat command? Read the file. Okay, so cat followed by client1.domain.tld.key. So the first one is you are going to read a key file. Alright, and afterwards hit your enter key. Now a key file, a private key file appears. Am I right? Okay, carefully copy the key file. Okay, please don't commit a mistake here. Copy the key file, because we need this key file in the configuration file, then only we can authenticate our machine. So please copy the key file from the first line till the last line. Udukam, don't skip anything here. It is impossible to identify the issue. If you copy something and miss something, I cannot identify where you committed a mistake. So copy the whole output of the cat command. Alright. Then copy, right click, copy, and once again go to your Notepad++ application, take a new file and paste it. Okay, new file and paste it. Then we are going to save this file as, okay, you can click as save as. Go to downloads, because your configuration file is also in the downloads folder. So you are going to save the file as client.key. Clear? So you can see here, if you want to see the procedure, you can see we are going to use the name client.key. That's it. The name doesn't matter. The key file name doesn't matter. Only the extension matters. So double quotation client.key, then close the double quotation, and I would like to store this file in the downloads folder. You can store it anywhere, but the point is you should locate the file carefully in the configuration file. So to simplify this, I would like to place this file in the downloads folder. Then you can click save. Completed? Okay, next one is we need to copy another one file also from the same server. So go to your EC2 certificate server once again and use the command cat followed by client1.domain.tld.crt. Am I right? CRT, the certificate file. Hit the enter key. Now you will see a long file generated on the screen. Copy the certificate. Copy the certificate carefully and get back to your Notepad++ application. Create a new file and paste it over there. This is a certificate file. So you have to save this file as save as. Then within the double quotation you can say client.crt. Client.crt. You can see here client.crt. Clear to everyone? Okay, so now you can save. We have successfully created or saved the files necessary to authenticate our laptop. So you can close these files now from the Notepad++ application. Close all the files, because if you keep this file in your downloads folder, you need to provide the correct location of this folder, the files in this configuration file. So what I am going to do is, I would like to cut these three files Okay, select these 3 files. You can cut these 3 files, just cut and go to the D drive. Go to D drive or C drive, anything is fine. Okay, and paste these 3 files in any one of the drives, either C drive or D drive. But kindly ensure that you are, completely copying the 3 files, not copying. It is like cut. Okay, cut the 3 files and paste it in the D drive or C drive. Alright. Now what you have to do is, you have to open the configuration file. Look at here, configuration file in a Notepad++ application. Open the configuration file in the Notepad++ application. Scroll down, come to the last line. Here you are going to attach the client key as well as client certificate. The procedure is CERT, C-E-R-T, the last line, C-E-R-T. Then within the double quotation, you have to specify the location of your client key. So D drive : /client dot, this is certificate, the certificate extension is CRT. Is it clear?
This is editing the
Edit
key.
the configuration file, the OVPN file.
Oh,
Edit the OVPN file in Notepad++ and move to the last line.
the root key. The root key.
Root key? What is root key?
I don't know. What?
Edit the configuration file that we downloaded from the AWS.
I don't. Are the OVPN?
OVPN, yes, OVPN. And go to the last line of the OVPN file and provide the location of your CRT file. And remember, now you can have your CRT file anywhere, but only the requirement is you have to specify the correct location of the CRT file. So to simplify this, I placed all the files in the C drive. Can you understand the concept? Okay. Then the next one is certificate is provided. The next one is key file. So key followed by a single quotation. Then D drive / what is the name of the key file? Client dot key file, and close it within the single quotation.
Cuối cùng.
Please don't commit a mistake. This step is very important. Completed? Okay. Kindly ensure that your key file as well as your certificate file of client has been placed in the same location. Alright. If you place in the C drive, just provide C : okay. Ensure that the files are in this folder, in this location, and then Control S. Save the file, and you can close the Notepad application now. Alright. Now, believe me, everything is over. The complete steps are over. Alright. Now this is the time to connect our machine with your VPC. Okay, so now if you connect your machine with the help of this OVPN software, you are going to lose the internet connection. So what I recommend you to do is go to the dashboard of EZ2. Go to the dashboard of EZ2. You get the IP address, private IP address of your application server. The private IP address, for me it is 192.168.0.36. For you the address will be different, but it will start from 192.168. Some other address will be there after this. 192.168. Get the IP address of this machine, because if you use the OpenVPN settings, you will not see the IP address once again. Your internet connection will be down. Alright. So now The last step is, let us once again go to the VPC dashboard and ensure that your client VPN endpoint is available. If it is still in the creation stage, you should wait. If it is available, now you are good to go. If it is available, it's okay.
So quotations and download.
Double quotation, no, single quotation. Single quotation, D drive, no.
Download. Can I say download?
Full address. We need to give the full address.
For that nó chỉ có download thôi. Mẹ, ví dụ.
No need to
Mày hiểu như mày nhưng mà mày hiểu
No
mày
need to add. Because we
đi
have
đâu đi
already
thông tin cho
provided
bạn
the
đâu.
security group during the wizard time.
Chỉ có bước đấy cơ.
Provide the full path. That's why I said D drive : /. I don't know about Mac.
Lên đi. Một tí mày
Tao
đổi.
không biết.
Completed?
Mày đổi.
Alright. So now what we are going to do is you are going to install the OpenVPN. Download and install the OpenVPN in your client machine. Okay, so those who are using Linux, you stop here because you cannot continue.
Download còn đâu.
Alright. Those who are using the Windows operating system, please download the OpenVPN GUI from the week 8 canvas page. I provided it here, you can see.
Cùng mày chat GPT.
Show path.
You have to install OpenVPN software. So go to modules and scroll down to week 8 canvas page, and you can see there is a this one, the fourth file. Download the fourth file and install it in your machine. Just a 4 megabytes of file. Download it. Download it and install it in your client machine. In your machine. Download and install it. The installation will not take too much time, just maybe 2 minutes, that's it.
Đâu cái nào? Quá đi. Mẹ cái file mà mình download mày ngu. Mày ngu rồi tụi mình. Mày ngu thế. Bây giờ mày đi làm gì? Mày đi cho audio mát à?
Alright, so now after installing the OpenVPN, you will get an error message that says that no imported configuration file there. Am I right? If you don't get any error, it's okay. But you will see the OpenVPN in the system tray. Come to the system tray, you will see OpenVPN is running. Am I right? Alright, you can right click this OpenVPN and then do you have an option there called as import file? Select the import file and go to your D drive. Alright, and what you have to do is you have to select the OPN file. So here I am going to rename because I have another one configuration file in the same name. So I am going to select the OVPN file. Just select the OVPN file and click open. Then you will see a confirmation message on the screen says that file imported successfully. Am I right? File imported successfully. Click OK. Once again go to the system tray, right click open VPN and then connect. Now on your laptop or on your desktop, you will see the file is now disappeared, but successfully we have connected with our VPC. Okay, the EC2 instance that is located in your application subnet is now successfully connected. To verify this, let us go to the command prompt and type ping 8.8.8.8. What is this? The DNS of Google. Hit the enter key Do you get any response?
No.
Which means your internet connection is now down. Okay, a secure connectivity has been made between your laptop and the AWS network and the AWS VPC. Here it confirms that the internet connection is down. Alright, but if I provide the ping command to your private IP address of the EC2 instance 192.168.0.36, it works. Am I right?
It doesn't work for me.
Enemy.
Is that works?
Đang gọi chắc nhở. Asset expected.
Như cặc mẹ thì
Phần nào mày ngu quá.
tao mẹ cái máy nó không hiện kiểu
Thì đây là mác của nó, thì nó ở đâu? Phần download của nó.
nhưng mà nó không cho hiện cái phần nó phải sâu cả cái path ấy từ đầu này, từ cái mark ấy nếu hiểu
À cái này sâu là mác, là cái
này,
user.
nó phải hiện như này này đây từ đây đến đây hiểu không
Your
hiện đây rồi nhưng mà tao đéo copy
Your
được
IP address has been changed. Okay, 10.10.0.2
Chia sẻ bản quyền
is
rồi.
the CADR of your client VPC. Sorry, client CADR. Now go to ping.ping
Cái này
followed by
thì
the
chắc
private
đi
IP
đi.
address of your EC2 instance. You cannot see. Your internet is now down. Okay, just copy and paste.
Chịu sao đó. Cái này xóa hết đi.
Okay.
Tung livestream.
Alright, you are getting the response. Now, if you try to reach the DNS of Google, it will not work. Okay, ping 8.8.8. 8.8.8.8.
đấy xong
No
rồi
response.
đi
Are you getting the output? Alright, so here you can see we are able to
lỡ
reach
mẹ
the,
đúng rồi
the private EC2 instance located in
Right.
our VPC, which means that a secure tunnel has been created. And again, if you go to any website, it will not work.
Chấm xe thì
Even if you browse the resources of AWS, it will not work. Why? Because internet traffic is now restricted. A secure tunnel has been created
Right.
between your cloud and the
trên kia
AWS cloud, which is
Cho
the
nét vào.
concept of hybrid cloud.
xong rồi yeah.
Here,
rồi gì
if
nữa
you want to access internet, what do you
Một
need
ông
to
bảo,
do is
ông
you have
mẹ
to
cái
exit
menu
from
Windows
the
em chịu được.
OpenVPN. Okay, so you can select the OpenVPN that is running in the system tray, right click it and say disconnect. Disconnect. If you disconnected, your secure connection will be terminated. But it doesn't mean that your AWS resources are unable to connect it. You can still connect it anytime. What do you need it? You need the settings file, that is the OVPN file,
Anh à,
the client key as well as client certificate. Anytime you can connect. And if you copy these three files, okay, so now I would like to show you another one thing. Alright, so now I have the key file in my D drive. So you can see here, these machines are getting recorded, right? Okay, so let me close this ping command. What I would like to show you here is if I, what is this? No, okay, it is unnecessary. The Excel file is also now unnecessary. What I am going to do is now I would like to connect my virtual machine. So let me go to my Oracle virtual machine. Listen carefully, this is the one you need to do in your assignment. I have configured two virtual machines in my Oracle VirtualBox, and you need to install two Windows servers, Windows 2016 Server 1 and Server 2. Now I would like to start any one of the server, let's say server number 2. Let's start this machine. This one is going to resemble your data center or your on-premise network. I am now going to start my Windows Server 2016, and before that I would like to copy the key files, the configuration file, the three different files into my shared folder. So let's say copy, and I have configured a shared folder between the virtual machines So I'm going to paste it in the shared folder. Can you understand the meaning? Okay, so now the files can be easily shared between the host operating system and the virtual machine. So now I can close this folder. Let me get back to my virtual machine. I have to now provide the input as alt control delete. Provide this input and provide the password. Provide the password. Okay, so right now I am inside the virtual machine. What I am going to do is either you can directly access the OVPN of your virtual machine, or otherwise what you can do is get the IP address of this machine. So how to get the IP address of this machine? ipconfig. So you can say the IP address of this machine. This one is the IP address of this machine is 10.41.0.56. Okay, this is the IP address of this machine. What I am going to do is I would like to access this machine through the remote desktop connection tool that is available in my host operating system. So go to this one, provide the machine IP address 10.41.0.56 and hit the enter key. You have to provide the username and the password to authenticate this machine. Alright, this is happening in AWS. We are doing the same in VirtualBox. Alright, click yes. Now you are successfully logged into the VirtualBox guest operating system. Can you understand it? Okay, so now what I am going to do is from here I am going to access my AWS. Have I accessed the AWS from this virtual machine? No. So what I have to do is let me go to the shared folder that I configured between the host operating system and the virtual machine. You can see the files are here. This is the configuration file that I need to use to connect my AWS VPC, and client.certificate, the files are here. So now what I have to do is to connect to my virtual private cloud, you have to edit this file because this file is not located in the G drive now. It is located in the G drive. So select this one and go to G. Here also you have to make the changes because the file location has been changed from D drive to G drive. So select the location, save the file. Okay, so we have successfully saved the file. You can close this one, close this Notepad++ application. Okay, the file has been successfully changed. You can go to the system tray. The OpenVPN is now connected. Again, believe me, you can, if you want to verify everything, you can come back to your primary operating system. That is your Windows. Let me log out from here. Okay, this is now running in my primary operating system. Let me log out my AWS account. Log out. Alright, I have successfully logged out from my AWS account. You can close this window, get back to the virtual machine, go to the OpenVPN settings and right click, import a file, go to your shared folder, select the settings file. The file has been imported successfully. Right click and file has been imported successfully. Right click and then go to the file and then click connect. We are connecting from the other machine to AWS. Do you understand the concept? Not only your desktop, any other desktop can be connected. Now we have successfully connected. A dynamic IP address has been provided to your virtual machine. It is not 120, it is not 10.41, it is 10.10. Some other IP address has been provided. Now if I go to the command prompt of this machine, cmd, and then provide the private IP address of the virtual machine 192.168.0.36, I can get the response from it. Can you understand this? Can you understand the concept? Which means that with the help of the settings, you can reach from any device to your AWS VPC. Alright. So what you need to do in your assignment is you have to install the VirtualBox and install two Windows 2016 server, enable the remote access like this. Alright. And you should configure a common storage between your Windows primary operating system and the client, the guest operating systems. We configured a storage. What you need to do is you have to configure everything from your laptop first of all. Get the three files, the OVPN file, the certificate, client certificate and the client key. Three files will be ready. Am I right? Get all the files, ensure the connectivity between your laptop and the VPN first of all. If everything works fine, what you need to do is copy all the three files and paste them into the shared folder like I did. Now get back to, or you can log into your virtual machine. That is your data center. You are going to assume this as your data center. Now you have to get all those three files, and by the help of OpenVPN, you have to reach your VPC EC2 server. That is the second part of your assignment.
What is the purpose of creating two
Yeah.
machines on a virtual?
Normally in data center, you will have more than one servers.
Ồ, mình
Or
Alright,
backup, right?
backup. That's it. I hope I have cleared the second part of your assignment topic. Alright, all the best. If you need any of my support, please reach me as soon as possible. The next week, we will see the continuation of this one. What we are going to do is, we are going to attach internet gateway to this VPC. So now we don't get any internet connection. Am I right? We don't have any internet connection. What we will do is, we will attach the internet gateway of Amazon to this VPC, and we will get the internet connection in our end machine. Okay, so we are going to use the internet of Amazon for the tomorrow's class. Alright, after you do everything, please delete the VPN endpoint, because VPN endpoint is a chargeable one.
Ồ, delete.
mẹ gì.
Sao?
Dạ rồi. Đợi tí.
But this one is there in your PPT also.
Đéo
Dạ
sợ.
em ơi.
Xóa cái VPN endpoint à?
So listen, the next class will be
Đi trước.
bits and pieces. A few more bits and pieces need to be completed in this particular topic. But believe me, this is your assignment. Be completed.
Associate.
Alright. The next one is some more advancements will be made in this class. And week number
Xóa gì chưa?
10 will be the repetitive session of your assignment number 1. Assignment topic 1.
Xóa kiểu gì?
What is that?
Mày bỏ cái này đi.
Site to site VPN. Site to site VPN. That will be provided for you on week number 10. Week number 11 will be one-to-one discussion.
Cái VPC này xóa rồi.
That's it. Alright. So guys, please learn these topics well and stand out from the regular crowd. Alright. I'm sure that you all will get a good job if you learn these components well.
So we
Job.
only have to terminate the
Thầy sẽ nói cuối cùng cái
Sorry?
là một cái job.
Yeah, you have to delete the endpoint. Delete the endpoint. And if you need, you can keep the server certificate server as well as the application server. Or otherwise, we can do it once again the next week. Why do you unnecessarily pay the amount? Delete everything. You have to disassociate the, yes, disassociate the target network, disassociate the authorization rule.
Mẹ em ông giảng như con cặc. Cái máy độ ông đi chậm vãi lìn. Độ ông sầm luôn. Độ ông nói nhiều vơ lờ. Cùng về sau ông chạy nhanh như chó. Nhìn
Cái trang kiểu ông thấy kiểu các em
như cứt.
sắp đi rồi. Này không?
Mẹ lúc vào cuối ông chạy rồi thì mẹ như mẹ như bò đuổi.
Em cái bình tĩnh.
What if we can delete the security?
You should create. You have to create them.
what are eraser?
Hmm?
Network interface is currently.
Ủa thiếu ở đâu?
Yeah, you cannot parallelly delete both the security groups. Delete the security group of application subnet first, and then delete the target security group.
Xóa mẹ đi tụi mày.
No. Security group.
Tao bây giờ còn xóa mẹ cái
Delete
default.
it.
Cái default của này rồi.
This is your application security group, right? Now this one is the target security group. Okay, is your your EC2 instance is still running? Am I right? If you are terminated successfully, then you should be able to delete this one.
Mẹ thằng nào vừa đi đéo đóng cửa ấy, đấm chết mẹ.
Okay, your mission is not yet deleted.
Anh Bách không ăn à, anh Bách. Em bây giờ là anh Bách hay nhịn đói lắm nhá.
Bác tiếp cận thế mà.
Thế á?
Bác đang trung tâm sinh tính.
Nothing running, but it is
Giữa
not.
mình đây.
It is terminated now.
Nhà Bùi.
Go to security group.
Anh đi đéo đi đấy. Anh phát đoạn chưa mà ông đi á.
Bạn có chơi game à? Đi con mẹ.
Anh Bách dạo mẹ cứ mò anh game thôi. Bây giờ mình đang đến đây để đến cái
What you need to do is you have to remove the
Thì rồi, xong đấy.
ra cái endpoint rồi mày xóa hết đi nhỉ? Đâu cái này cái đấy
delete
nhỉ?
the VPN endpoint.
VPC endpoint.
Client.
Are you kind?
Client VPN endpoint. You cannot directly delete the endpoint. First of all, you have to select this one.
Sao bây giờ tao xóa gì nữa?
Network
Xóa nốt
associate, you
security
have
này.
to disassociate first.